Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the My Caribbean Upbringing in Croix series. In our last episode, I shared my experiences growing up in school, overcoming learning challenges, and discovering that perseverance often begins in the classroom. Today, we are stepping outside those classrooms and into the neighborhoods that helped shape my identity. Now, before we begin, make sure to subscribe to support my ancestral journey. When people think about childhood, they often remember the homes they lived in. But for me, it was much bigger than that. It was the streets I walked, the neighbors who waved as we passed, the sounds of laughing children outside, the Caribbean breeze flowing through the palm trees, the roosters hollering every morning, the people who made every neighborhood feel like family. These places weren't simply where I lived, they became a part of who I am. My earliest memories took me to the historic town of Frederiksted, affectionately known across St. Croix as the Freedom City. From my toddler years through preteen, Frederiksted became the backdrop of many of my happiest childhood memories. Although my family later moved to different neighborhoods, Freedom City always remained close to my heart because it was where I regularly visited my beloved grandmother and uncle. Walking into my grandma's home always felt comforting. There was a sense of peace. It wasn't a place filled with luxury, but it was rich in something far more valuable: love. My grandmother welcomed everyone with open arms. Her kindness extended beyond our family, as she spent many years fostering children and caring for them who needed a safe place to call home. Watching her serve others has taught me one of my earliest lessons about compassion. There is one memory that has stayed with me all these years. After one of our McDonald's trips, we started walking home through the neighborhood, my uncle and I. As we made our way down the street, several stray dogs suddenly began barking at us. As a young boy, I was very frightened. Without hesitation, my uncle picked up a stick and held it out toward the dogs, not to hurt them, but to protect me and encourage them to keep their distance. Standing beside him, I felt safe. Today, when I look back about that memory, I don't remember the fear. I remember the protection. I remember knowing someone loved me enough to stand between me and anything that might cause me harm. That memory has stayed with me as a reminder that love often reveals itself in the smallest acts of courage. Now, one of the neighborhoods that became especially meaningful was Marley Homes and Additions. For nearly 3 years, this community became home for my mother, stepfather, my three siblings, and I. Located near the beautiful beaches of Frederiksted, Marley became a place where everyday life and the beauty of St. Croix came together. The ocean was never far away. I walked every day to the post office checking the mail. I also walked to school, sometimes with friends and by myself. Neighbors knew one another. Simple afternoons outside often became some of my happiest memories of my childhood. Those years has taught me the value of community. We didn't need expensive entertainment. Sometimes all we needed was family time, sunshine, and another beautiful day on the island. As life continued to change, our family moved for the final time, this time to the Hope Townhouses, located across from the Hope campus. For a short season, it became home for my mother, myself, and my siblings. Like many families, we did not stay in one place forever. Each move represented another opportunity to build a better future and create new memories together. As a child, I often saw moving as simply packing boxes and settling into a different home. Looking back now, I understand that every move required sacrifice, planning, and faith from my mother. She was always searching for what she believed would be the best environment for our family. Her determination has taught me that home isn't defined by how long you live there, but by the love that fills it. Let me repeat that again. Home is not defined by how long you stayed there, but by the love that fills it. When I look back on my childhood in St. Croix, I don't immediately remember the buildings or streets. I remember my grandmother's loving embrace. I remember my uncle's protection. I remember my mother's sacrifices. I remember my siblings filling our home with love. I remember neighbors who looked out for one another and communities where people still took the time to know each other's names. Those neighborhoods gave me values. No matter where life has taken me since then, a part of my heart will always belong to the neighborhoods of St. Croix that helped raise me. Thank you for joining me on today's episode of the My Caribbean Upbringing in St. Croix. In the next episode, we will explore the food, the beaches, and the unique culture that made growing up in St. Croix such a remarkable experience. Remember this: the places that shaped us become part of our story, but it's the people within those places who become our greatest blessings. Stay tuned for the next episode. Peace and blessings, everyone.